Hello, friends. Welcome to another Stamp With Me Tuesday. Tonight, we are going to make a super quick and easy, but still an absolutely fabulous fun fold card. I think you're going to love this fold. It's something kind of the same, but kind of different. Kind of the same, but kind of different. If you are here and watching me live tonight, leave me a comment. Let me know if you're stamping along with me tonight or if you're just watching. If you're watching the replay, special welcome to you as well. I hope you'll let me know if you're stamping along with the replay or if you are just watching. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am Heidi with Onigo Stamping. I'm going to help you reconnect with your inner artist by using stamps, ink, and paper to create beautiful handmade cards and gifts. And if it's your first time here and you haven't already done so, I hope that you'll hit that subscribe button so that you always know when I go live. All right, we're going to start talking about this. Hello, Carol. How are you? So we're going to make a fun fold card. Hopefully you have the supplies. If you don't, in the description to the video, both on YouTube and Facebook, there is the list of measurements and everything for what you need to make tonight's card. I am going to be using the Handmade Designs stamp set. This is brand new, and this is only available to demonstrators who join Stampin' Up! In January and February. It's an exclusive stamp set, and they get it free in their starter kit. So a really good deal. You get this set free, and that's what I'm going to be using. I'm also using the Everyday Happiness Designer Series paper. Now, you're going to notice something a little bit different about this. There's only 3 sheets. That is because there's only 3 designs in this set. But you get 4 of each piece instead of 2 of each piece. So you still get as many sheets of paper. It's just fewer designs. But this can be nice if you're making multiples of something, or it's part of the scrapbooking brochure. So it'd be great for doing your scrapbook pages. But look how beautiful it is. So pretty. I love it. So that's what I'm using tonight. Haven't used it yet. Haven't used the stamp set yet. We're doing all sorts of new crazy stuff. All right, let's talk about the pieces that you should have prepared for this evening. You should have 3 pieces of pattern paper that are 2.5 inches by 5.25 inches. So that's what I have right here. And then you should have a piece of pattern paper that is 3 inches by 3 inches. And 2 pieces of white cardstock or vanilla cardstock that are 3 inches by 3 inches. And then a piece of, wait, I did this wrong. It is not 3 inches by 3 inches. Hold on. Hold the phone. I think I was working on another project today and it was 3 inches by 3 inches. And I got in my head that this was supposed to be 3 inches by 3 inches. It's supposed to be 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So we'll just trim this down. So my pieces of white in this pattern paper are supposed to be 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Then you have a piece of cardstock that is 2 3/4 inches by 8.25. So the paper is 8.5 inches. You have to trim 1/4 inch off. So you get 2 3/4 by 8.25. And then 5.5 by 8.25. So again, you have to trim that little 1/4 inch off. So it's from 8.5 normally, and you're going to change it to 8.25. I'm going to cut down my 3 by 3 pieces to be 2.5 by 2.5. All right. So we're just going to trim these down. Much smaller. Hello, Sherry. Welcome. So glad you're here. Oops. My pattern paper up there, under there. I'm going to cut these separately. So I'm just trimming this up in my paper trimmer, trimming it down to 2.5 by 2.5. So it's the right size. I'm pretty sure in the description to the video, it has the right sizes. It was just me tonight as I prepped. All right. So now, actually, I'm going to leave my trimmer out because we are going to start by doing just a little bit of scoring. We want to take both of your pieces of colored cardstock, and we are going to score both of them at 2 3/4 and 5.5. So I'm going to start with the 2 3/4 one. I'm going to score this at 2 3/4. Okay. And I'm going to score it at 5.5. So 2 3/4 and 5.5. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on my larger piece. So the one that is 5.5 by 8.25, this is going to get scored at 2 3/4 and at 5.5. All right, so both of those pieces have score lines in them that are 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And we are going to start by folding these. We're going to fold these like a Z. So fold one way and then back. So when you look at like the top, I guess that's kind of an S more than a Z. I don't know. There, if it was this way, it would be a Z. We're going to do an S though. Oh no, Shirley, so bad. So sad, so sorry to hear that you have a cold. I do not like colds. I'm going to give this a squish with my bone folder. So we folded it like an S or a Z, whichever you want it to be, but we're going to end up having it go this way. We're going to do the same thing with the larger piece. So folding it front and back, and then giving it a good squish on the sides. And again, we're going to do it like that. All right. So it is like that. And I want to start by adhering my pieces of pattern paper on here. Now you could do all the same pattern. You could do 3 different patterns. I'm going to do 2 different patterns. So that's kind of what I chose to do for mine, but you could do whatever you desire. So, and don't forget, make sure you're on my mailing list because I am going to be sending out the free project sheet for this tomorrow. You can also get it on my website, but you want to get on my mailing list because I send them out every week. So, all right, so we're just adhering these 3 in these 3 panels. They should fit pretty nicely. Oops. So you make it move. There we go. So I'm doing the 2 plaid ones on the outside and doing a floral or I guess it's a stripe and a vine on the inside. There we go. So pretty. All right, we're going to do the same thing with this one. Now both of these are going to go this direction. Okay, so they're both going to go this direction. So I want the fold to be on the right on the top. Actually, I'm not going to put these all on yet. We have to do some stamping. We have to do some stamping first. So let's stop gluing and do our stamping. I'm going to start with 1 piece of white. Now I haven't completely put this set together because I thought, well, this will be a good chance to show you how to put the stamps together because it's been a while since I've done that. So these are the red rubber stamps, the cling stamps. And they kind of come all stuck together. You can just pull them out. And then they have the sticker sheet. Now, some people don't use the sticker sheet. I like the sticker sheet. So I use the sticker sheet. And this is my method for putting together. This is not necessarily Stampin' Up's, how they recommend it. But I like to pull off the whole sticker. Right? So I pull off that whole sticker. And I put it on my clear block. And then I peel the backing off of that. And I peel the backing off my stamp. And this will, like this right there, it will stick to your block. I like the sticker though. So then what I do, when you turn this over, you can see the edges of your sticker. And I try to line up the edge of my sticker with the edge of the stamp. Go very slowly. And then put that down and get that nice and stuck on there. That's how I put my cling stamps together. So, but not everybody does that. All right. I'm going to use some Pretty Peacock ink for this. I'm going to ink up. I haven't used this at all. I've just put it together. So I'm going to ink up this plant. We're going to put one up here. And then I think I'm going to do a second one here. You know what? We're going to do I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do something else just because I was like, we're going to mask this. Let's mask it. Hello, Priscilla. All right. So to mask this, I am stamping it on a sticky note. And I just want to cover up this edge so that I can stamp another plant and it's not sticking over it. And actually, we're going to change this up just a little bit. I'm going to redo this because I actually want the one on the right to be in the front. See, I change my mind all the time. It takes me forever to design a card because I change my mind. So because this is going to be a mask, I am cutting right on the image line. So we're going to use this to cover up our stamped image. And if you leave a space or you get too far out, you get like a halo effect. So I'm cutting right on the line as best I can, although I'm going pretty fast because I hadn't planned on doing this. This is a little side trip for us this evening. Hello, Tracy. Welcome, welcome. I hope y'all are staying warm and safe and all that good stuff. It is cold, cold, cold here. So, and I went back to work this week and I'm having trouble getting used to my new early morning schedule. I am not a morning person and mornings are hard. All right, so I'm going to try this again. I'm going to stamp the plant that I want to be in the front first. So there we go. And then I will take my mask and cover that up. All right, so I'm covering up my stamped image and I'm going to stamp it again so it is behind it. So there we go. I have two plants on my piece of paper there. You got internet at a hotel in the Dominican Republic. All right. Well, Michelle, come back and see us when you get back to the States. So there you see, now we don't have that plant. It looks like one is behind the other. And that's why we did that little bit of masking. Now tonight, a lot of times I color with the Stampin' blends. But tonight I'm going to color with the Stampin' Right markers. These are water-based markers. The Stampin' blends are alcohol-based markers. These are water-based markers. You can color with whatever ink pad you want to stamp with. They come in all the colors. And during celebration, when you join Stampin' Up, not only do you get this fabulous stamp set free, you also get to choose 2 sets of these markers. So 2 sets of 10 markers each. It is such a good deal. Like you're getting an extra $90 worth of product. And you can choose which sets if you want brights or neutrals or regals or whatever you want. So I'm coloring with some wild wheat. And then I'm going to come back in. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of playing. I'm coloring with some Lost Lagoon. I thought when I planned these that they were like a two-tone leaf. I wasn't really paying attention. There's a surprise. We're just going to color that whole half leaf. And come in with my Lost Lagoon. Color some more Lost Lagoon over here. So they color a little bit different. They color more like your regular markers, but they're still really pretty. And they do have 2 tips. So I'm using the brush tip, but then they have like this bullet tip that's really good for writing. So if you are a scrapbooker, I like to use them for doing the journaling in my scrapbooks. So you can make them match. All right, so I'm just going to color my leaves. I'm coloring them 2 colors just to kind of, I don't know, give them some interest. Maybe they'll look silly. I don't know. Maybe they'll look half dead. This paper, it is from the scrapbooking brochure. So it just came out on January 7th, last week. And it is in the scrapbooking brochure. You can also just find it online. It is called Everyday Happiness. There's a whole bunch of new scrapbooking products that just came out. And this paper also has a scrapbooking workshop kit. So if you're into scrapbooking and you like those workshop kits where they've already like designed the pages and everything for you, there is one that goes with this paper. And it's really pretty. It has really, really pretty images. Highly recommend. All right. As always, it doesn't matter what you are coloring with. Coloring just takes time. So, just gonna keep chit-chatting with you. I got in all the paper for the paper shares, I think. Although I was missing a couple. I'm gonna have to get it figured out. But now I have to do all of the sorting and cutting and packaging and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, if you earned or registered for the January online card class, those went out in the mail today. So they should be coming your way. Hopefully they don't get delayed. But those are coming your way. We're going to be using the Hugs for Love bundle, and that class is next week, Tuesday night. So you don't need more markers. Well, I always need more markers. So that looks kind of cool. I don't know. I kind of like the two-tone, even if it does maybe look slightly dead. Although it looks more green than brown, I think. Well, you tell me, does that look green or brown? That wild wheat. I can't ever decide what color wild wheat wants to be. So I just pick colors from the designer series paper. There we go. There's my two plants. That's going to be for the front of my card. And then I think for the inside of my card, I'm just going to stamp a sentiment in Pretty Peacock again. Michelle, you gave them cards for helping you find rare birds. Oh, that's cool. What kind of birds did you see? There we go. Oh, that doesn't look very straight. I'm going to try again. We're going to try again. It's a weird color, not green. Yes. See if I can stamp straighter this time. Not really. I don't know. That stamp is odd. The stamp is just odd. It doesn't. Sometimes you got to play with a stamp on scratch paper. Look at that. It doesn't. Huh. All right. That stamp, a little bit hard, but we're getting there. So anyway, sometimes stamping on scrap paper, you can just get used to how a stamp stamps. So you can figure out which way to stamp it. Like I said, this is the first night I use these. We're going to pull back in our smaller piece that's already folded and adhere our stamped images to it and our designer series paper. So we can put our fun fold card together. I, of course, have 2 more sample cards to share with you too. So definitely don't go anywhere. I don't know about this front image. I feel like it needs something. I don't know what that is though. Maybe we'll put a bow on it. All right, I'm going to put my designer series paper in the center. You like it, Sherry? Oh, good. So we're going to use the floral one in the center, which is pretty. So pretty. And then my sentiment at the back. And there's a little bit of space for you to sign your name. If you like to write a lot, this You could put, you know, a whole white panel right here if you want to write more. I am not a wordy person, so I like cards that don't have a lot of space. All right, so there we go. We have this 3-panel here, and we have our 3-panel here. Now we are going to adhere these together. Go ahead and shut them both. And what I'm going to do is we're going to adhere this on like this. So I'm just going to come in with my green glue, and I'm just putting it on the right side. And then you want to make sure that you don't make this bigger than 4 1/4 so it will fit in a regular envelope. So I like to use the grid paper because then I can easily tell. I can tell, you know, this would be 4 1/4 right here. So I know it's smaller than 4 1/4. It's going to fit in my envelope. So there we go. And then we just open up the back. And now the back side of this, we're going to add some adhesive in here. And then close it up so it's closed. So there we go. There's our card. You can see it's kind of, I am calling it an off-center Z-fold because it's like a Z-fold, but it's off-center. Let's add like a little ribbon to this. It just feels like it needs something. Let's tie a bow. I almost wish I had put the sentiment on the front. Oh, wow. Too late. If I made it again, that's what I might do. All right. We'll trim this up. We'll just add it maybe to the bottom of one of these plants. Make it not too big. There we go. All right. I'm going to put this on with a mini glue cut. You love the off-center Z-fold card? Oh, good. It's really easy, too. Something a little bit different. I'm just grabbing a mini glue dot, putting it on the center of my little bow. And then we'll add the bow to our little tree plant, whatever it is. There we go. That's better. Just a little something. So there we go. There is our off-center Z-fold card. Let me show you my other two that I have. I'm going to take this off because it's bugging me that it says, thank you. I find it distracting. You love the colors. Green is such a peaceful color. That is very true. So this one, the paper is called Everyday Happiness. So if you search for Everyday Happiness on the Stampin' Up! Website, you can find it there. This one, I used the Saying Hey stamp set. That's what the sentiment is. And then the paper is the fruit salad paper that you can get free during celebration. So don't forget, during celebration, you can get free stuff with every $60 purchase. And one of the things you could choose is this fruit salad paper. So I use that with the Saying Hey stamp set. And you can see that's what it looks like. Isn't that cute? And I cut these fruit out of the paper. I fussy cut them out and glued them on the front like that. Isn't that fun? I thought that was just too much fun. Too much fun. So there we go. That's with the fruit salad. And then I had to use the new Ocean Friends with the Friends of the Ocean pattern paper. And this one, instead of using white on the front, I put down a piece of pattern paper and then put a die cut on there. And it says hello. And then inside it says friend. So just with different papers and all sorts of stuff. Isn't that cute? I love the bright colors on this. So much fun. So there we go. We have 3 cards using this off-center Z-fold fun fold design. Super fun. For my mouse. The project sheet, the free project sheet for this will be in tomorrow's email. So make sure you're on my email list. If you're not already, the link is in the description to this video, or it's on my website, which is www.onigostamping.com. And I'll be sending this out free tomorrow, the free project sheet on how to do this off-center Z-fold card with all of the dimensions. You can download it, you can print it, you can save it, all that kind of good stuff. Otherwise, I will be back on Thursday. Thursday, I'm going to be using the new mixed floral stamp set. So we're going to use the mixed floral stamp set to make some beautiful, I think we're going to do some watercolor. So watercoloring with the mixed floral stamp set on Thursday. I will see you then. Have a fabulous evening.